meant by sp2 hybridization? What is a sp2 hybridization? Do you remember what it is? sp2. Yes, p2 hybridization. It is the hybridization involving one s orbital, and two p orbitals. So the mixing of one s orbital and two p orbitals, that is called sp2 hybridization. After sp2 hybridization, we get three sp2 hybrid orbitals. As you know, the number of hybrid orbitals formed is equal to the number of orbitals used for hybridization. During sp2, we make use of one s orbital and two p orbitals. So totally we make use of three orbitals for sp2 hybridization. And so the number of sp2 hybrid orbitals formed, sp2 hybrid orbitals will be, that is equal to 3. 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals will be formed because one s orbital and two p orbitals are used. The total number of orbitals used is equal to 3, and so the hybrid orbitals will be 3, and they are known as sp2 hybrids, and they are equivalent. That means the same shape, same size, and the same energy. Equivalent the sp2 hybrid orbitals. These are not simply the p orbitals, but these are sp2 hybrid orbitals. sp2, second sp2, then the third sp2 hybrid orbitals. Okay. And these three sp2 hybrid orbitals are to be oriented in space to have minimum repulsion. And this minimum repulsion is attained if the orbitals are directed towards the corners of an equilateral triangle. See here, like this. It's an equilateral triangle. See, at the center there is the atom which is undergoing sp2 hybridization, this atom. And the three sp2 hybrids, say one is directed to this corner of the triangle. The tail, the small tail, that is not shown here. I neglect it. Only the larger lobe is shown. Then the second sp2 directed towards the other corner of the equilateral triangle, and here there is the third sp2. So all the three sp2 hybrid orbitals are lying in the same plane, directing towards the coordinates of an equilateral triangle, so that the angle between them, if you measure the angle between them will be 120 degrees. 120 degrees angle between them. And not only that, such molecules are trigonal planar molecules. Trigonal or a triangular, trigonal planar molecules. Trigonal planar molecules or a triangular planar molecules with an angle, bond angle, if it is forming bond angle 120 degrees. So if there is sp2 hybridization, the expected bond angle is 120 degrees and the geometry is trigonal planar geometry. Let us take some examples for this. Say, for example, you take ethene molecule. Ethene, that is the IUPAC name. It is also known as ethylene. Ethene or ethylene. The molecular formula is C2H4 and the structure is CH2 double bond CH2. That is our ethene molecule or ethylene molecule. In ethene molecule or ethylene molecule, both the carbon atoms both have sp2 hybridization. Both have sp2 hybridization. And so the molecule is planar. The geometry of the molecule is planar. Ethylene molecule is a planar molecule, and the bond angle is, say, closer to 120 degrees, especially the hydrogen carbon bond. That is a 121, it is in 121 degrees. That is closer to 120 degrees. So the ethene molecule is a planar molecule, and the bond angle is closer to 120. Say hydrogen, carbon, this bond angle, this is equal to 121 degrees, while hydrogen bond angle, that is almost 117 degrees. It is closer to 120 degrees. The molecule is planar, and that is due to the sp2 hybridization of both the carbon atoms. Okay, let us see how the hybridization is taking place. For that, let us think of the electronic configuration of the carbon atom in the ground state. So, ground state, normal state, ground state of carbon, atomic number 6, is equal to 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, 2s2, 2p2. Now you show the orbitals. In the 1s, there is one orbital, and there are 2 electrons, and the 2 electrons are paired electrons. In the 2s, there is one orbital, 2 electrons, and the 2 electrons are paired electrons. In the 2p, there are 3 orbitals and 2 electrons. So you give 1 electron each, and that is according to Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. We are not giving both the electrons into the same orbital. If there are more than one orbital of the same energy, and if there are more than one electron, we must give 1 electron each first. Only after that, pairing occurs, and that is according to the Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. This is the ground state of a carbon. Now, during the formation of a ethene molecule, say there is excitation for a carbon atom. In the excited state of carbon, the configuration is like this. One of the 2s electrons, is excited to the vacant 2p orbital. One of the 2p orbitals is vacant. So, one of the 2s electrons is excited to the vacant 2p orbitals, and the excited state will be like this. In the 2s, there are 2 electrons and they are paired. In the 2p, now there is only 1 electron, and in the 2s 1 electron, 2p, there are 3 electrons, but 1 electron each in each orbital. This is the nature of the excited state. After getting the excited state, what happens? Say these orbitals hybridize. The 2s and the 3 2p orbitals, they hybridize. And 1 s orbital and a 3, sorry. We are taking the sp2 hybridization, sp2. So in the sp2, the 2s and 2 of the 2p orbitals hybridize. There are 3 orbitals in the p level with 1 electron each, but only two orbitals of the p level are used for hybridization. So one s orbital and two p orbitals. So there is sp2 hybridization, sp2 hybridization, and three sp2 hybrid orbitals are formed. And what about hydrogen? Atomic number is equal to 1. The configuration is 1s1. 1s1. So both the carbon atoms have sp2 hybridization with three sp2 hybrid orbitals. And these are directed towards the coordinates of an equilateral triangle. And all these sp2 hybrid orbitals will be containing one electron each. One electron each. But remember, there is one p orbital that is unhybridized. There is one p orbital with a single electron that remains unhybridized. Remember that. Now, let us see the overlapping. Say carbon atom number 1. Carbon atom number 1. There is one sp2 hybrid orbital, sp2. There is the second sp2 hybrid orbital, sp2. And here there is the third sp2 hybrid orbitals. Okay. And these orbitals are directing towards the coordinates of an equilateral triangle. They are lying in the same plane. Now you take the case of the second carbon atom. Now second carbon atom also, there is the same hybridization. Carbon atom, here there is one sp2 hybrid orbital. There is the second sp2 hybrid orbital. Now what happens to the third sp2 hybrid orbital? Same, the third sp2 hybrid orbital overlaps like this. See, this is the overlapping. One of the two are remaining like this, and one of the sp2 hybrid orbitals of each carbon overlaps coaxially. These are overlapping coaxially. And here there is the formation of a sigma bond between the carbon atoms. There is a formation of a sigma bond between the carbon atoms. Then, what about the other orbitals? These are overlapping with the s orbital, one s orbital of a hydrogen atom. And here there is formation of a sigma bond. Here also hydrogen atom, 1s. There is a coaxial overlapping. Here also there is sigma bond. Here also hydrogen atom, 1s, and a sigma bond coaxial overlapping. And the fourth hydrogen atom, 1s, there is a coaxial overlapping. So here we have the sigma bond. Here also sigma bond. Here sigma bond. Here also sigma bond. See, totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sigma bonds are there. Okay. Now, what about the unhybridized p orbital? All these atoms, that is, both the carbon atoms and all the 4 hydrogen atoms, they are lying in the same plane. The carbon atoms, both the carbon atoms and all the hydrogen atoms, they are playing in a line. That's in a place, lying in a plane. That is here, the plane of the board. All these are lying on the same plane of the board. Now, what about the unhybridized p orbital? Both the carbon atoms are having unhybridized p orbitals. They remain perpendicular to the plane, say perpendicular to the plane of this board, perpendicular to the plane of the board. Similarly, here also remain perpendicular to the plane of the board. One lobe will be projecting towards us. The other lobe is going away from us. We cannot show that in the two-dimensional figure. The unhybridized p orbital on both the carbon atoms, they remain mutually parallel. Mutually, both are parallel to each other, and they remain perpendicular to the plane, and they overlap sideways. See, These are overlapping, sideways overlap. This is an elongated or an extended way of overlapping that is shown. So overlap sideways, and there is formation of a pi bond. So in the double bond between, remember this, the unhybridized p orbitals, although they are drawn on the same plane, bear in mind they are not in the same plane. The green orbitals are not on the same plane. They are perpendicular to the plane. See, these two are perpendicular to the plane and they are mutually parallel also, and they join sideways, forming pi bond. So the two bonds between the carbon atoms, double bond between the carbon atoms, are not equivalent orbitals. They are not equivalent orbitals. One is not equivalent, not orbitals. Both the bonds are not equivalent bonds. The two bonds are not equivalent bonds. They are not identical bonds. One is a sigma bond and the other is a pi bond. See here, one is a sigma bond. The sigma bond is by sp2 overlap. sp2 overlap of the carbon atoms, forming the sigma bond, while there is a sidewise overlap between p orbitals forming a pi bond. So the two bonds between the carbon atoms are not identical. They are not of the same type. One is sigma bond, the other is a pi bond, and the molecule is planar, and you measure the bond angle, hydrogen carbon bond angle, that's equal to 121 degrees. Then hydrogen carbon hydrogen angle 117, like or 17.6 value it comes. It is nearly 120 degrees, the bond angle. And all these things are due to the sp2 hybridization of both the carbon atoms. This can be shown in another way, say like this. Here there is the carbon atom, and here there is a second carbon atom. There is a sigma bond by sp2 overlap. And here there is a hydrogen atom, another hydrogen atom, the third hydrogen atom, and the fourth hydrogen atom. All these are sigma bonds. Here the sigma bond is between sp2. This is sp2. Yes, the sigma bond between carbon and hydrogen. sp2 yes overlap. sp2 yes overlap. Sigma bond between carbon and hydrogen. Is sp2 overlap. While sigma bond between carbon atoms, that is sp2 overlap. sp2 overlap. Now you think of the unhybridized p orbital. Say they are remaining perpendicular to the plane and they overlap sideways, forming a pi bond. Say sideways overlap. Here there is a pi bond, and that is between the parallel p orbitals. We have the p orbitals. They are parallel to each other. The two p orbitals are parallel to each other and they are perpendicular to the plane of the molecule, and they overlap sidewise, forming a pi bond. So one is the bond between the carbon atoms. One is a pi bond and the other is a sigma bond. So that is about the hybridization and bonding in ethene molecule or ethylene molecule, C2H4, CH2 double bond CH2. So you remember these things. What is the type of hybridization in ethene molecule? What is the type of hybridization in ethene molecule? Can you say, Sania? Type of hybridization, Sania. Sharon? Steffi?
Sir, sp2.
sp2 hybridization. What is the geometry of the molecule? Who is given the answer? Sania? It is a, come on, sp2. No? In carbon, it is a molecule. It is a molecule. Okay. Then what about the double bond between the two carbon atoms in ethene molecule? Shri Hari? The double bond. Are they?
Pi bond.
What?
Pi bond.
Come on.
Pi bond.
One is a pi bond and
Other is coaxial.
other is a sigma bond. The two bonds are not identical. One is sigma bond, other is a pi bond. Sigma bond is formed by Hari. Say Hari. Sigma bond is formed by which type of overlap? Which type of overlap? Forgotten.
Coaxial.
Coaxial overlap of two s orbitals, two p orbitals, or one s orbital and one p orbital, or say in the case of hybridization, hybrid orbital and any other orbital. The overlapping should be coaxial. While pi bond is formed by Vidur, pi bond, Vidur, pi bond is formed by Vidur. You cannot hear me. Even without the help of the microphone, you can hear me. I am shouting so much. Okay, Emmanuel. Emmanuel.
Yes, sir.
Not there.
Yes, sir.
Come on. How is a pi bond formed?
By unhybridized.
You come to the point. I want the main point. Which type of overlapping? Gauri,
sp2 overlapping.
Gauri, please help him. How is a pi bond formed? No.
Sidewise.
Sidewise. Side
Overlapping.
overlap. Lateral overlap of orbitals. Whichever type orbital, you don't worry about that. You give emphasis to the sidewise overlap or a lateral overlap. That is pi bond. Sigma bond is by Krishna. Krishna. Pi bond is by, sigma bond is by Krishna. Sigma bond. Any connection problem? Lydia? Sigma bond is formed by
coaxial.
Coaxial overlap or head-on overlap, end-to-end overlap. You remember coaxial, that is easy. Coaxial overlap. While the other is a sidewise overlap. And which is a stronger bond, Lydia? Stronger bond, sigma or pi? Stronger.
Sigma.
Make it sure. Be sure. Come on.
Sigma.
Who told sigma? That is correct answer. Sigma bond. Sigma bond. Sigma bond is stronger and pi bond is weaker. Pi bond is weaker. So we have seen the hybridization in ethene molecule. And sp2 hybridization can be seen in some other inorganic molecules also. For example, you take a BCl3 molecule or a BF3 molecule, boron trichloride or boron trifluoride. Boron trichloride, for example, boron, say the structure will be like this, Cl and Cl. It's a planar molecule. It's a trigonal molecule. So it is a trigonal planar molecule. Planar. Now you measure the bond angle. The bond angle is 120 degrees. So bond angle is equal to 120 degrees. And what is the reason for this? Achyut. Achyut. BCl3 is trigonal planar with bond angle 120. What is the reason?
sp2 hybridization.
A bit louder.
sp2 hybridization.
sp2 hybridization of boron. Boron has sp2 hybridization. Okay. Similarly, BF3, you take BF3. In BF3 also, same case. We have boron. Here there is fluorine atom. Here there is a fluorine atom. And here also fluorine atom. So the molecule is, as before, it is a trigonal planar with a bond angle 120 degrees, 120 degrees. And that is also due to the sp2 hybridization of a boron atom in BF3. So in BCl3, BF3, then ethene. In all these, there is a sp2 hybridization. Okay. Now, let us go to the last one, and it is the sp hybridization. sp hybridization. Now, you can easily say what the sp hybridization is. Sp is, can you say? It is the hybridization involving
One s
One s
orbital
and one p orbital.
and one p orbital.
s orbital plus one p orbital. One p orbital. Only two orbitals are used for a hybridization. So we will get two sp2 sp. You will get two sp hybrid orbitals. There will be two sp hybrid orbitals. The hybridization is it is sp, and the number will be two sp hybrids of the same type. It will be two sp hybrid orbitals, sp and sp, and these are arranged along a straight line at an angle of 180 degrees, so that there is minimum repulsion. See here, there is the atom which is undergoing sp hybridization, sp, and there is a one sp hybrid orbital, the second sp hybrid orbital. They are directed at an angle of 180 degrees. This is 180 degrees, 180. So that there is a minimum repulsion between them and maximum stability. And the molecule is linear. And so the hybridization is also known as linear hybridization or diagonal hybridization. Linear hybridization. Another name, linear hybridization or diagonal hybridization. Let us take the application of sp hybridization in ethane molecule or acetylene molecule. Ethane or acetylene, that is C2H2 and CH, triple bond CH, that is the structure of an ethane molecule. There is a triple bond between the carbon atoms. In ethane or acetylene, C2H2, there is a triple bond between the carbon atoms. Let us see the process of hybridization. You take the ground state of carbon, ground state, as before. Ground state of carbon is equal to 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, 2s2, 2p2. You can show the orbitals using boxes. The orbitals are shown by boxes, and this is called box type diagram. Box type. 1s, 2 electrons paired. 2s, 2 electrons paired. And in 2p, there are only 2 electrons, and these are, say, distributed like this, 1 electron each, according to Hund's rule. Now, there is excitation. So, excited state of carbon. excited state of carbon is equal to, it is obtained by the excitation of one electron from the 2s level to the vacant p level. The promotion of an electron from the 2s level to the vacant 2p level. And so the configuration will be like this: 1s2, then 2s1, then 2p. 2p, there are 3 orbitals containing 1 electron each. Okay. Then during the formation of a ethyne molecule, both the carbon atoms, both the carbon atoms are having sp hybridization. See, this is sp. There is a sp hybridization. So on both the carbon atoms, there will be two unhybridized p orbitals. There will be 2 unhybridized p orbitals. Only 1 p orbital is used for hybridization. We'll get 2 sp hybrid orbitals at an angle of 180 degrees containing 1 electron each. 2 orbitals, 2 sp hybrid orbitals, 2 electrons, you give 1 electron each, just like the other cases according to the Hund's rule. But remember, on the carbon atom, there will be 2 unhybridized p orbitals remaining there. Then hydrogen, we know hydrogen atomic number. Hydrogen atomic number is equal to 1, and therefore the configuration is 1s1. Now let us see the formation of the ethyne molecule. After sp hybridization, what happens? Here there is the carbon atom. There is 1 sp hybrid orbital. There is the second sp hybrid orbital. The smaller lobe is not shown. The smaller lobe, as before, the smaller lobe, that is not shown. That is not shown, the smaller one. Okay. Then the second carbon atom here, we have 2 carbon atoms. Here there is the second carbon atom. And here there is one sp hybrid orbital. The other sp hybrid orbital, it overlaps coaxially, see, like this. So one of the sp hybrid orbitals overlap coaxially between the carbon atoms, forming a sigma bond. It's a sigma bond. And the other 2 sp orbitals, they will be overlapping with the s orbital of 1s of a hydrogen, and there is sigma bond here, and here also there is a sigma bond. Hydrogen, that is 1s, and here there is also sigma bond. Okay. So hydrogen, carbon, hydrogen, carbon, hydrogen. All these are lying on the same plane, and we have 2 unhybridized p orbitals. There will be, say, one is remaining like this, and they overlap sideways, forming a pi bond. There is one more, and they will be perpendicular to the plane. The other one perpendicular to the plane, say like this. That is perpendicular to the plane, and they will be overlapping sideways like this. So there will be another pi bond. So there are 2 pi bonds and 1 sigma bond. Let us continue the next class. Okay. Let me stop now.